Hi guys, this is George from Hardwire Electronics, and in this video I'd like to address two common problems that our customers face when using Blink Marine keypads with our PDMs. So the first problem is that when a customer purchases a keypad from somebody other than ourselves, they don't always know what ID the keypad is set to. So this is a problem because in the PDM configurator software you need to be able to know what the ID of the keypad is so that the PDM can communicate with it. So the first thing we'll do in this video is actually look at how you can find out the ID of your keypad. The second problem that we find is that customers need to be able to change the speed of the keypad to match other devices on the CAN bus. Now, changing the speed of the keypad isn't particularly easy, and you have to send a special command to the keypad over the CAN bus so that it changes its speed. So we'll go over both of these problems. It's quite simple to do in our software now. So let's get started. So let's first start by connecting to the PDM. And if we go to the configuration tab, what we can do here is we can set our CAN bus speed to the default that you would find for Blink Marine keypads, which is 125 kilobits per second. And straight away, if we just send this, so this has set the CAN bus speed of the PDM. Now I should note that we only have the PDM and the keypad connected to the CAN bus. So now if we go to the monitor tab, we've added a new feature in software version 1.15, which is the CAN bus analyzer. We can click on this, we can click start, and you won't see anything yet, but if we now turn on the keypad, you'll see that the keypad sends a message with an ID of 0x715. Now, this message tells us the ID of the keypad. The way that a CAN open device works is that when it starts up, it sends out this message, and the 1.5 part of this ID here is the actual keypad's ID. So this is in hexadecimal, so if we get our calculator up, and if we go in hex on the programmer mode, 1.5, that's an ID of 21 in decimal. So now that we know the ID of the keypad, you can use that then in the configuration. When you come to configure the keypad, we can put an ID of 21 or 0x15, and then you'll be able to connect to the keypad as you normally would. Now getting to the second problem, which is changing the speed of the keypad. This is a little bit more involved, and what we're going to have to do is actually send a CAN bus message to the keypad using this CAN bus analyzer. So the message that you need to send to the keypad, it's given in the Blink Marine keypad documentation. So I've gone over to the Blink Marine website and opened up the documentation for one of their CAN open keypads. And if you scroll down, keep scrolling until you get to a part where it says baud rate setting. Now this could look a little bit complicated at first, but this is effectively what we have to do, what we have to send to the keypad in order to change its CAN bus speed. Now the CAN bus speed can be any of these values here, so 1000 kilobits per second all the way down to 20 kilobits per second. And effectively what we have is an ID for the CAN message that we're going to send, and then the 8 bytes and what we're going to put in the 8 bytes that we send. So firstly, the ID, it's a standard CAN ID, so it's 600 plus the CAN ID 615 in hex. So if we come back to the configurator software and we type in here 615, that's a decimal value of 1557. So if we type this 1557, indeed 0x615. So that's the ID of the message. So next we need to input the data bytes. Now this CAN message is 8 bytes long. It goes from byte 0 to byte 7. So firstly we need to set the DLC, which is the how many bytes are sent in the CAN message, and this needs to be set to 8. And then byte 0 we can see is 2F, so let's type that in. Byte 1 is 10. Byte 2 is 20. Byte 3 is 00. We already have that there. And then byte 4, this is where we need to select which CAN bus speed we want the keypad to be set to. So we're already at the default value of 125. So let's say we're going to change this to 1000 kilobits per second. So byte 4 in that case would be 00. So 00, we already have that set in. And then byte 5, 6 and 7, they're all 0 as well. So now if we come back here to the config software and we press send, you'll see we've got a TX here from the PDM to the keypad. So it sent out the message that we just typed in at the bottom, ID of 615, 2F1020, and then the rest zeros. And then the keypad sent back a reply saying that we've successfully changed the speed of the keypad to, in this case, 1000 kilobits per second. So you might have seen on the screen there when we press send, the keypad immediately resets and it's now running at 1000 kilobits per second. So we need to go back here, go to general, and we need to change the CAN bus speed of the PDM to match that of the keypad. So if we press 1000 kilobits per second, press send. Okay, and you can see that the keypad, when we change the speed to 1000 kilobits per second, it actually sends the new message to us. So we know that the keypad speed has changed. So that's everything you need to know about changing the CAN bus speed of the Blink Marine keypads. So we successfully sent the configuration message to the keypad. It sent a reply saying that that was successful. It changed its CAN bus speed and it restarted, and now it's running at 1000 kilobits per second. If we actually want to change that back to 125, I'll come back here, and byte 4 now needs to be 04. So if we go here and set that to 04, press send, you can see that the keypad restarts again. We get the same thing as before. And now if we change it back to 125 kilobits per second, press send, you can see we get the message back from the keypad saying that it's there on the CAN bus. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, then just make sure to get in touch through the forum on our website, through the contact section in our website.